All right, come find a seat. There's more up here in the front. Rows 1 and 2 and 3, there's seats. All right, all right, all right. Let's settle in. Let's calm the chatter. Guys, gals, boys and girls, guys, welcome to week 8 of Grit Boot Camp. If you're stoked to learn tonight, let's make some noise, huh? Come on. The building is vibrant today. The sun is out. We've had daylight savings. That means summer is close. Good energy is just in the air, and hopefully you guys can feel it, because I can. Guys, tonight we have the honor and privilege to learn from Bennett Heyrend. Bennett has sold an accumulative 5,000 pest control accounts. Make some noise for that, huh? 5,000, that's no joke, guys. So he's gonna get into it. We're gonna have Parker Anderton, who originally helped recruit, him and Skylar recruited Bennett, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. We're gonna have Parker come up and introduce Bennett before he takes the stage. But guys, few housekeeping items. Tomorrow, Golden Door Lab. We've got Zach Kinzel training for those of you guys in the Golden Door Lab at 3 p.m. On Thursday night, we got Club Pickleball. Thursday night, we got Club Pickleball. Who in here signed up with a partner? No one yet. It's in Slack. If you don't have the sign-up form for it, sign up for the pickleball tournament. There's cash prizes. There we go. Voice dropped a little bit. Let's get it. There's cash prizes. Go sign up. It's Thursday night from 6 to 9. Friday night, we got skate night like always. And then, guys, we're only about 10 days out from launch week. So, really quick, is it supposed to be echoing like that? Everyone can hear me okay? Okay. Bennett, if you could click twice. Guys, launch week. This is the last week of March. This is the raffle, one more. We're gonna do the raffle at the end like always. Guys, pull out your phones right now. Scan this QR code to RSVP for launch week. On Wednesday night of this week, so March 25th, I believe, it's a Wednesday, we have our summer showcase. So there's kind of a rookie day on Wednesday, more announcements to come. But the most important part for this group for the entire week would be Wednesday night at 7 p.m. It's a summer showcase. I'm not gonna elaborate too much. You are not gonna wanna miss it. That's where you're gonna learn everything about what the summer will entail for you and what the experience will look like when it comes to competitions and schedule and the ramp and everything. So your manager, I'm sure, will bring it up nonstop. They at least should. RSVP right now for it. So take out your phone, RSVP. And then that Thursday and Friday, we have GPS day. Okay, it's our Grit Progress series. It's not open invite, it's invite only. Vets, if you're a veteran sales rep, you're invited to that. I need you to RSVP right now, same QR code. Or if you're a 3-step rookie. Any 3-step rookies in the room? All right, we got a few. You are invited. I need you to RSVP for it, or you will not have gear when you show up, which would suck. If you're not a 3-step rookie, you've got another week and a half to go crank and qualify for GPS. It's a 2-day conference, guys, that's held right here, and it's kind of like the launch for the entire summer. So go and RSVP. If you haven't RSVP'd for Summer Showcase, do it right now, please. If you're a vet, I need you to sign up for the Summer Showcase and for the GPS days. Any questions? As you guys were pulling this QR code up, any questions with the form or anything like that? Okay, second piece of announcement, guys. I know that I get up here and I kind of tease the second part of Great U every single week. Not this week, but next Monday, all the managers will get rolled into a new platform called Rippling. It's where we're gonna start doing onboarding and how we sign paperwork and everything. That's also where the second half of Great U lives. That's next Monday. So in this training, a week from tonight, I should have a pretty clear plan of how you guys can access the new course for Grit University. So the last piece of housekeeping, guys, 1 week from now, we get to learn from Bo Barbin. He's going to talk about seizing the opportunity. That's the end of the Grit boot camp, so it's the last one. Don't miss it. We've gone over all technique stuff up to this point. Bennett's going to go over situational selling tonight, like how to sell different types of situations. So pretty much everything you've learned, like how to form that for one specific customer, right? Or, you know, eight common different types of customers. Next week, Bo's going to talk more about like the intangible stuff, the mindset, the mentality, vision at large. The name of his training is called Seizing the Opportunity. And guys, Bo is, in my mind, one of the very best young leaders in the whole door-to-door space. So don't miss it. You want to be here next Tuesday, 7 p.m., and then that will roll us right into Launch Week. So if there are no other questions, without further ado, we'll turn the time over to Parker Anderson and introduce Bennett. Let's give it up for Park.
All right, guys, I'll be short. I just want you to know the type of man that Bennett is. So day one of working with Bennett, there was 6 inches of snow on the ground. This is not a joke. And I'm sitting there thinking of every excuse in the world why we shouldn't knock. It's our first day working together. We just switched him over from another company. And Bennett looks at me and is like, we're going to go ripping this. And within an hour, he sold 1. And I think he sold 9 that day. Secondly, right on the doors, there was a day where Bennett was sick. And I remember Bennett texting me and saying, hey, just so you know, dude, I'm not giving this team any excuse not to work. With a full-blown fever, he's knocking doors, getting a sale, goes and falls asleep in his car for an hour, goes back out and sold like 5 that day. Because Bennett is the type of leader that walks the walk. And so I know Bennett has prepared for this in a massive way. There's tons of side conversations that happen in these. It's really hard for people to pay attention when you're doing that. So I'm only gonna ask for one thing. Please give your full attention and your full respect to Bennett, and I will make you an absolute promise. You will make thousands of dollars if you can lock in for the next hour, I promise. Because I've been a beneficiary of sitting in Bennett's trainings, of learning how he sells. There's a reason that he was the #1 rep at the previous company. There's a reason he's done 2 golden doors. There's a reason he's trained multiple golden doors every single year. There's a reason that Bennett has won the Rumble 2 separate times. So guys, everyone get on your feet. I'm being dead serious, and let's give a massive round of applause for Bennett Heyrend.
All right, we ready? All right, here we go. Little echoey, but we'll get it. Okay, let's get into it. Appreciate all the kind words from Parker. That means a ton. When I first came into the Grit, we were in recruiting meetings, and I was switching over from Fox, and I was like, dude, I don't know. You guys are telling me I'm going to sell better. Parker looked me in the eyes, and he's like, dude, if you don't sell better at the Grit, I'm telling you right now, you can come home, punch me as hard as you can, square in the face. All right, bro. All right, let's sign the paperwork then. I'm taking you up on that. Lucky for him, I sold more. Okay, let's get into it. That was Big Dog Bennett. That was 230, so weigh like 200 now, so shout out to getting healthy. Recap. So who was here for Cody Olive's training last week? Couple takeaways from Cody Olive's training. Go ahead. Always pitch guac at the end. The second sale's easier than the first sale. Okay, what was another takeaway from Cody's? Ask for referrals every time. That's going to be huge. That's something that I never did before coming to the Grit. Free automatic sales. Okay, who is it? Ryan Winfrey's by raise a hand. Couple of you guys, he talked about switchovers. What were some big takeaways from Ryan's? Yeah, go ahead. We do, they don't. Just that simple. Okay, one more. If they bought from another door-to-door company, don't leave till they buy. You're way better than that last guy was. Okay, Tyson's. Let's get like 2 takeaways from Tyson's for people who was there. Yeah, in the back. Do not drop your pants. You all know what that means. Okay, next. Yeah, up here up front. Do not let them say no until they know, right? Until they know what you're doing. Huge. I think that's just something super slept on that a lot of guys do, especially as you get more experience. For all the vets in the here listening that, oh, dude, I know when people are going to buy. I can tell when people are buyers, dude, and I'm just finding buyers. That's a slippery slope to where you're just signing up laydowns all day. I've gotten into that habit of like just looking for laydowns. We don't filter at the grit. Like we try to sign up everybody. So that's a huge bar that I've learned while I've been at the grit. The other thing that I wanted to say about Tyson's that I really liked is he talked about 3 things. Like one of the biggest questions we get is like top producers is people say, oh dude, how do you know when to walk and how do you know when to keep racking, right? Who remembers the 3 things that Tyson talked about of like alarms should go off in your head? The first one was if you guys are vibing, right? If you guys are vibing like Oda, me and Susie are vibing, dude. She's done. I'm not leaving until she buys. Who remembers what the second one was? Tyler? If they give you a bug confession, right? You're vibing, they give you a bug confession. Oh, dude, she gave me a bug confession. I'm not leaving until she buys. Third thing, if they know somebody in your bandwagon. I think that was huge. Like, oh, dude, John says he knows Jim down the street that we treat. I'm not leaving till they buy. So those were huge that I feel like is something I didn't know when I was first selling. Like one of those 3 things happens. If multiple of those things happens, they know Jim, they give you a bug confession and you're vibing, should be an automatic sale. So that was huge from Tyson. Okay, little bit about me. Parker and Drew kind of touched on it. Been selling for a minute. Okay, 2016, 208 accounts. 2017, 220. So something that I kind of think about during that is like, people always say, oh, dude, you should double from your rookie year to your second year, right? I sold about the same. A lot of guys get out of the industry after that. Like, oh, dude, I don't think this is for me. I'm not getting any better. If I would have dipped right there, none of the other stuff would have happened. That very next year, that was my big like breakout summer. I sold 650 accounts, 865, switched companies, sold 708. 2021, this little tiny girl came into the world in July, so mid-season baby. If you've had a baby mid-season, you know the struggle. Sold half a year that year, 360 accounts. 2022, first year at the grit. Parker Anderson said if I didn't sell more, I'm punching him in the face. 853 accounts. Not more accounts, but more revenue, lucky for him. So 630 the year after that, second Golden Door, 455 the year after that, and then 260 this last year, sold like 8 weeks. So I can sell some accounts. So take notes. Hopefully this will be super valuable. This is the family. Daughter Kennedy, she's 4. Liam was born this last year in February, he's 1. And then that's my wife, Haley. We've been dating or married through all 10 years of my selling career. So she's a trooper, couldn't do it without her. Like that's one of the most important decisions you'll make is the person that you marry. So that's family. Okay, let's get into it. Situational selling. The way I think about situational selling is obviously everybody knows the pitch right now, but kind of talking about like football, a playbook doesn't win you games, doesn't score you points, the athletes do. So you guys all know the pitch. Now it's just going through how to actually be athletic during the pitch and not just be a robot rehearsing the same script door after door after door after door. So first question, is everybody the same that you're gonna pitch during the summer? No, right. What are some of the differences that you'll run into? How are people different? Age, income level, ethnicity, mood that day or that minute. Did you just wake up their kid? Are they like coming answering the door with a beer in their hand, okay? So way different, but the nice thing is you're gonna run into, I would say the good and the bad thing about this job. You're gonna run into like the same handful of situations. Gets super repetitive. You hear the same objections over and over and over, but that's a really good thing to where you can learn how to sell those situations. So, or you can look at it kind of like I threw through this whole training, like the same handful of defenses. New to the home versus been in the home for a long time. If they're new in the home, usually you'll get the objection a lot of like, oh, I want to see how it goes. What's a common objection that you'll get if they've been in the home for a long time? Yeah. We don't see any bugs. What's another one? Never had a problem, dude. Why would I start now? The bugs don't bother me. All those things. Do it myself versus do it for me. You'll have two types of people. People who want to hire people. Lucky for us, now like the Gen Z people that love paying for stuff are now starting to buy homes. Super easy sales. Also just as easy as like the do-it-myself people. Old versus young. We'll get into all the differences and how I sell them, but lives on a lake, woods, cookie cutter, fields, where the house is going to make a huge difference. Probably the main two buckets, doesn't like door-to-door versus super friendly people. Has kids or dogs that they view as their kids. If you have dogs, you know. Once you have kids and you have dogs, sorry to tell you, you're going to grow to hate those dogs. Coming from experience. I am currently selling 2 dogs. As you notice, they were not in the picture. If you want 2 golden doodles, hit me up. Working class versus retired. Upper class versus middle class. So that's kind of the main handful that you'll see. Neighborly versus not neighborly. So everybody's different. Each situation's different. It doesn't make sense to pitch everybody the exact same way. Okay, so I kind of like to look at, you're walking up to the door. I like to think about this as your pre-snap read. How many people in here played football? Just so I can know how many of these analogies are gonna land or if I should scrap them right now. Okay, a good amount, cool. Pre-snap read, before you're even snapping the ball, right? What are you looking for if you've played football? What formation the defense is in, right? Couple things that you're looking at. As it comes to selling, your map is going to be huge. A lot of you guys, and I've fallen into this trap, are essentially looking at your phone the entire way up. You go and knock on the door. You're scrolling TikTok, Tinder, Instagram. Hey, how's it going? Oh, good, how are you? Like, that's essentially you closing your eyes. Ready, set, hike. Opening your eyes and like trying to go off the fly. Are your odds going to be better or worse doing that? Way worse. Pro tip, delete all the apps off your phone that you're going to scroll during the summertime. You'll sell at least double if you do that, just because you're going to be able to do this. You look at the map. Down here is something that I notice. This field down here at the bottom. I don't think we have a laser pointers, but we're going to make it work. You can see that they cut that. So, pro tip, all those houses on the bottom that are by that field at the bottom where the star is, yeah, a lot of the neighbors notice that as soon as they cut this field, tons of spiders, mice, tons of things come out of that field when they cut it. People can't deny that. They have ponds up at the top, so people that are by the ponds are going to obviously pitch way different. What else do you guys notice from this? Lots of trees. More bugs when there's trees, especially on the back. What else do you guys notice? Bandwagon is fat. What a blessing. You should never be getting your teeth kicked in or like stopped in your intro when your bandwagon's this fat, which we'll go over. Another map. We'll kind of fly through this one, but just tons of water, pitching people different. Learn how to look at your map. This is a termite monitor. Says the name of the company right on there so you can know if they have a company. Is your pitch gonna be different if you know they have a company versus they don't? Yes, that's the whole point of the whole intro. Do you have a company or not yet? You can know if they have a company just by looking around. These little flags are cash. Says the name of the company, what time they sprayed, the day they sprayed. Now all of a sudden you don't have to ask them when was the last time they got sprayed, right? What is this? Automatic is what you should be thinking in your head. There's probably not even bait in there. That's a rodent box for guys who don't know, and says the name of the company right on there. So all these are things that if you're able to analyze the defense before they open the door, you should be way, way, way better off. Increase your odds. Yeah, Parker. Facts. Nobody else is doing this for the guys on Zoom. If somebody else knocked your hood, I promise you they were scrolling TikTok the entire time. Okay. Who knows what this play is called? Down at the end. Read option. What is he reading? Reading the D end. And what are the options that he has, the quarterback? Handoff or run or and some like a pass option as well. So this is once the ball's already been snapped, right? This is, you did your pre-snap read, you walked up, okay, they have bugs up in the eaves, they have green X. Okay, here we go, boom, boom, boom. Now the person opens the door. Some of your assumptions might have been right, some of them might have been wrong. And now you're reading the person. What are some things you're looking for when the person opens the door? Body language is a huge one. What else? Age of the person is going to determine a couple big things. Body language, the biggest thing that I can say is you're just going to match and mirror. The first sell you're going to make is what? Yourself. You are selling the person that you're like somebody credible and somebody that they want to do business with before you even say a word. Facial expressions. I listen to a lot of pitches, and a lot of rookies and even vets roll off, hey, how's it going, and doesn't even let the person respond. It sounds like, hey, how's it going? My name's Bennett. You're gonna be seeing my trucks. Like, if you don't give them any time to respond, this is one of the most slept on ways to find out what type of person you're dealing with. Hey, how's it going? Good, dude. What do you need? That's gonna be a way different pitch than, good, sweetie, how are you? Oh, how are you doing out here? You been out here for a long time? Like, I'm gonna pitch that grandma way different than I'm gonna pitch Stonewall, Engage 8 Blitz that's pissed, right? I like your shirt. Who says this a ton? If you've listened to pitches, who says this? Who says it? Oh, if you say it, it's cash. I heard Drew say this when I first came to the Grit. I know a lot of guys say it, and I'm like, dude, that's fake as hell. People are gonna be so pissed. They're gonna see right through that. If you say this, I promise, people are like blushing. They're so like cheesed out that you said, I like your shirt. Oh, thank you. Oh yeah, I got it from Target. Like, dude, this will bring people's walls down so quick if you say this. This is a cheat code. You can say it every single door, and it's slept on. Sold 1,700 accounts, right, Drew? Dude averages like $1 million every summer. So pre-knock observations, visible and non-visible. If I know they have a company, I see the bait box, I'm scrolling through my contracts. Oh, they have green X. Okay. I'm preparing for the worst. I'm preparing for like a bull to come out, try to shut me down right away. All your pre-snap observations are gonna help you get through any smoke screen. So I'm like, okay, they have green X. Where's that green X contract? Okay, I have that ready. Who is that green X customer that I sold down the street? Double check. Oh, Susan Mills? All right, dude. Even if this dude runs Engage 8, I'm getting to my service no matter what. He comes out. We'll go through that situation, but if you gain enough traction and see enough things, you should never get shut down in your intro. Oh, you'll be way happy I stopped by. This dude goes Engage 8 on me. Oh no, dude, we're good. Oh, you probably have somebody? Yep, we got active. Oh, dude, you'll be super happy I stopped by. Stops in his tracks like, why will I be super happy? These are all things that'll help you get through your intro. Time of the year and the weather. A lot of you guys, how many of you guys are starting in April? By a raise of hands. Sick. April, most likely is gonna be cold. There's not gonna be a ton of bugs. So time of year, we're gonna talk about that. Street names, add to your credibility. If they back up to a wood line or water, I can use that. Bugs on the house, obviously. This is all stuff that you're looking at before and after, right as they open up the door. Okay. Take what the defense gives you. Who wants to tell me what that means in football or sports? This guy plays ball. Yeah, dude, Kinzel played college football. What's it mean, Kinzel? Is he here? What's it mean? I heard bits and pieces, but go ahead. Yeah, basically every defense is gonna reveal like a different play. The best quarterbacks throw the ball based on where the defense isn't. A lot of you guys, they'll give you a bug confession. Hey, yeah, does this take care of ants? Yep. And the next thing we're gonna do is the yard. Like, that's the exact same thing as the play's supposed to go this way. They have your wide receiver wide open over here. And instead of just throwing it to the wide open wide receiver, no, dude, the play's got to go this way. No, dude, I got to get to the yard. I got to get to the yard. Okay, he might try to cut me off. I got to get to the yard. I'm throwing it into double coverage. This dude's wide open, bro. So it's like a lot of times taking the bug confession that they give you is the whole key to the whole pitch. So many rookies, that's the biggest mistake they make. I got to do the yard. Now it's time for the base. Now it's time for the eaves. Program pricing. Hey, does this take care of ants? Yep. Pricing. Like, don't do that to yourself, right? Look at what the defense is giving you and pitch to the person is like what this whole training is going to talk about. So, after you explain the eaves and before you explain the base, you don't want to explain it too early. You don't want to try to ask bug confession question right after they give you a hard smoke screen, because why? They're just gonna tell you the exact same smoke screen. Oh, dude, we're not interested. Well, cool, dude. So what we do is we start up here up high. Have you guys noticed anything in the past? Nope. Okay, like you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot. You gotta warm this person up a little bit. So, yeah, dude, we're gonna start up here in the eaves, knock that stuff down, put a repellent, that way stuff's not coming back. But for you guys, what have you mainly noticed in past summers? For the neighbors, hasn't been a ton inside, mostly outside. You're just gonna circle the bug sheet. A lot of people will give you stuff there. If they don't give you stuff, now is when I start making it multiple choice. Yeah, Raj down the street, he gets a lot of centipedes in the basement. Tina across the street, she gets a lot of ants. A lot of people get mice because of all the construction. And I'll keep going until they finally latch on to something. Pretty rarely do I not get any bug confessions on a door. So if you master this, like Tyson said, if you get a bug confession, you should probably sell that person. So that's gonna be huge. And we're gonna go into more about how to use it. Creating massive need and urgency. You're gonna twist on the bug confession. Who remembers what twisting means? Anybody? Cal? What does twisting mean? Twisting on the issue and the pain point. If you wait, this is what's gonna happen, right? That's gonna be your number one way of building urgency. I asked Zach Seeger like 2 summers ago, dude, what's the most valuable thing you teach rookies? Rookies and anybody, if you can twist, you're gonna sell way better. This is like what sells people. If you can do this and you're terrible at everything else, you'll still get deals. If you listen to some of Zach Seeger's pitches, you'll hear it. Twisting on the bugs in the yard and the weather, pushing them inside. Even if you get no bug confessions, listen to Drew's pitches. He'll still sell so many doors that don't give him any bug confession just by saying, yep, as it heats up next week, the bugs aren't gonna stay outside, they're gonna go inside, right? Yeah. Yeah, all the different things about how to twist, reproduction, the damage, all the things, we're gonna go into it. So twist it.
Bennett, really quick, guys. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Go back one slide. So, guys, Bennett's talked about how to ask for the bug confession, right? We do that after the eaves. He said it. Why, though? Someone reiterate why. Why are we doing it after the eaves and before the base? Yeah, over here. Yell it. Yeah, right? Like when I say, do you guys have a company or not yet? They say not yet. Cool, what bugs are you guys seeing? They're not warmed up yet, right? So like, I want to ask them a few yes questions in the eaves. Like, cool, see I have these high peaks up here. Sweet, you probably know bugs like to nest and breed up there. We treat it, yada, yada, yada. That way the bugs don't come back. Does that make sense? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool, now I've gotten a couple yeses. I'm gonna ask this question, one more, Bennett. I'm gonna ask this question, guys, word for word. So your manager, we can get the slides to them, or they'll at least have this. You gotta memorize this, word for word. If you do it differently, you won't get good results out of it. You'll probably say, cool, yeah, what bugs you guys seen on the inside? Cool, a lot of neighbors see spiders or ants. Do you guys see spiders? No. I wanna keep my funnel as wide as possible. So the way that Bennett has it right here, no one can really say no to that. He's asking, in years past, what have you seen the most? And he's just circling the slick, right? The last thing I just wanted to comment was, you go to the next slide. Tyson said it. If they give you a bug confession, guys, you sell to that bug confession and you do not lose that one. But all I want to do is I want to find out what the situation is. That's the whole point of the question, right? Because it's like, oh yeah, we see spiders. Cool, now I know that's the situation that I need to sell to. Does that make sense? If they say we don't have bugs, what can I still twist on? The bugs in the yard and the weather. Like, that is my situation, right? And so guys, like, come back to this training often. It doesn't matter if they give you a bug confession or if they say they don't have bugs. That is no excuse to not sell them. Them saying they don't have bugs, that just means, yeah, nothing on the inside, it's all on the outside. That's why we come out middle of April, is because as it heats up, bugs move inside. So where we're gonna start is down at the foundation, and then you're right back to the roadmap. Does that make sense? Cool. Whether they give you a bug confession or not, that does not disqualify them. You go to option 2 right here, and you still sell them on the bugs in the yard and the weather pushing them inside.
Huge. Thanks, Drew. Couple common ways to twist that I like doing. Like Drew said, as it heats up, these bugs are only gonna get worse with time. You can see these tiny egg sacs. Zach Seeger will sell houses that have a tiny fuzzball that big in the eave. The rest is clean. All you need is one little egg sac. And if you listen to him, he'll say, yeah, you see this up here? Yeah, dude, I'm not interested. Yeah, step out here for a sec. You see this? I want to make sure you see this before I leave, dude, because it can become a big issue. That little fuzzball up there, yeah, it's an egg sac. Has like 300 to 500 baby spiders in it. When it heats up next week, all those spiders, they're not going to stay right there. They're going to go inside, move into bedrooms, bathrooms, and the wall voids. Now it's a huge issue. That's why all the neighbors are having us do it now in the spring versus waiting 2 weeks when it heats up. That's all you need. And you'll hear, there's a pitch. If you go to Enzy, you scroll to the very end. Zach Seegers rolls up on this lady. And he's like, hey, how's it going? You've probably seen me segueing around. Lady, hard no. What are you selling? Just cut this, cut the crap, get to it. Okay, I'll show you this. Step out here, ma'am. You see this? She's like, I just got back from work. I'm super tired. No, step out here. You see this? There's 2 wolf spiders up there. They're 4 inches long. You see that? Yeah? Those spiders, and he goes into it. They'll crawl over any sprays, but like right after he rolls this out, he twists on the spiders. Okay, how much is it? Flips this lady instantly. If you can twist, it'll flip the most not interested people. So in your head, when people give you objections, a lot of times there's smoke screens. You want to like ask 20 questions and just start like interrogating them. Oh, I don't know who I have. Oh, is it a green shirt? Is it a red shirt? Aptive, like Eco Shield. When in doubt, twist. Okay, yeah, step out here. You seen this? Right here. Step out. I'll step out further so you can see. Listen to that pitch that Zach Seeger gave. It's one of the most unreal pitches I've heard. Unfortunately, fill in the blank are something that won't go away on their own. Unfortunately, these ants, they're not something that'll just go away on their own. You have to get them treated. Unfortunately, wasps have to be treated professionally to get rid of them for good. Fill in the blank with whatever you want. Centipedes. Biggest thing, and I would say pro tip of this training, one of the biggest ones that I can say, if you're blunt when you twist, racking's gonna be way easier. That's like something that I learned early on in selling, and that was one of the biggest things that changed helping me sell. Blunt as you can be during twisting is gonna make racking way easier. Like, some of you guys tiptoe around twisting, and you're not, yeah. Oh no, I think I'll spray those ants myself. Yeah, you could. A lot of the neighbors do. Yeah, like Home Depot stuff. Yeah, that could work. No, dude. No, you got to be straight up with these people. Yeah, that Home Depot stuff, it won't work. You have to get these treated professionally to get rid of them. Like, stand on business when you're twisting and you're going to sell way more people. You're the professional.
Bennett, sorry, I just wanted to say something. So today I'm in a recruiting meeting. This kid's like 22 years old, and his buddy's making fun of him because he has an appointment tomorrow. And I'm like, what's going on, dude? He's like, oh, I got to go get braces tomorrow. And I'm like, well, why? He's like, well, the dentist said if I don't get them tomorrow, my whole jaw will be like off. Or like essentially his teeth won't work well in 10 years or whatever. And so the point is, right, like dentist, orthodontist, like you think of cavities, so forth, or you go to the mechanic, everyone does it. You guys have to do this on the doors as well, right? If they have a little problem, you need to blow it up, because in a month from now, that wasp nest won't be the size of a baseball. It'll be the size of a basketball, right? And just to hit on Bennett again, like the more simple you can keep the pitch, the more people you guys are going to sell, right? So when Bennett's saying like the more blunt you can keep it, just keep it like stupid simple.
Huge. No, from the GOAT himself, dude. Can't get rid of the nest of these with the over-the-counter stuff. Same exact idea. Just stuff that's super simple and super straightforward. If you don't get these braces right now, your jaw's cooked for the rest of your life. Looks like I got to get them. And that's exactly how a lot of these pitches sound. Not interested. These are going to get way worse. All right, how much is it? That's what creates buying temperature. Aren't going to stay outside, they're going to go inside. So, before we move on, there's a coach that I had in like 9th grade football. No matter what the play was, he would just scream at me, make them cover the whole field, Heyrend. Didn't matter. Don't be one-dimensional. Make them cover the whole field. This applies to selling, and you should hear that if you're right on the porch. Meaning, use the backyard, use the side yards. You shouldn't be just using just the front doorstep for the entire pitch the whole summer. So, this summertime when you're on the porch, I want you to hear Coach Wardley's voice in your head. Make them cover the whole field, dog. Make them cover the whole field. Show them, don't tell them. Sell the situation with urgency. So like Drew said, kind of summarizing a lot of this, most of your pitch isn't going to change because of the situation. Intro is going to stay the same. Service, you're going to change up based on the situation. Program's going to stay the same. Pricing's going to stay the same. Closing and racking is going to stay the same for the most part. The only thing you're switching up is the service. So you're still going to do the yes question. One of the biggest things that can happen is this. You're pitching Dog Easton, and the dude goes into a daze on you. Do you have any chance of selling that guy? No. Look at my boy. He's just lost in a daze, thinking about it. Here's the Moxie dude trying to sell him. He's twisting. People will call me up, Bennett, dude, it's not working. I'm twisting and it's not working. It's because your boy looks like this. So, the yes question isn't just something to throw into the pitch. It's something to keep the person locked in. What are some of the ways that you can get this dude's attention if you see him doing that? Show him something. Check this out right here, bro. The classic. Oh, and dude, I didn't even catch your name, bro. What was your name? John? Nice to meet you. That'll snap anybody back into it. Oh, dude, and this is a 2-story house, right? Yeah, it's a 2-story house. Cool. Something you're going to like? We're going to treat up here. Oh, dude. And I can't remember, dude, you guys back up to that wood line, right? Yeah, dude, I do back up to the wood line. You got to keep these guys attentive or else it doesn't matter what you're saying. So that's like a slept-on thing. Hit them with the yes question. Don't let the defense get comfortable. Don't let them go into a daze on you. What the bugs are doing as it heats up this week. What we're going to do to prevent the bugs from getting worse inside and why. Just the exact same format that you've learned the entire time. The only thing is you're just going to customize it to exactly what they told you. So we're going to fly through some of these other ones. we're gonna get into some of the situations that I feel like you will be the most valuable.
Really quick, Bennett. Guys, I can't let him just brush over what he said. We're about to go through 8 different situations. I'm fired up for this portion. We're going to need hella crowd involvement. Like, we want to know, how do you guys think we're going to sell these situations? We're going to walk through it. Something he said, though, that was a total bar and that you should remember the rest of the summer. What did he say is the only thing that changes in the pitch based off the situation? He said the service, right? In the past, we've said, like, pricing is the only thing that changes. I think, like, that's a little bit incorrect. Like, the intro is going to be the same pretty much all the time. Sometimes people are going to be quicker, so you're going to speed up a little bit. The service, it's going to be totally situational, and you're going to follow the roadmap. Does pricing ever change? No. Does closing ever change? No. Right? Does racking really change? No. The only part that changes is really just what you're twisting on based off the situation. Does that make sense? So, guys, like that's a total bar. Didn't want it to just be brushed past. The only part that we're going to change as we go through these situations is how we're talking about the yes question, what the bugs do, what we do, and why. How we're twisting on the urgency and the need.
Huge. Okay. You're walking up to the house. Okay, they got some sick cars, 2 Audis, garage is popped open. Okay, I'm looking for bugs. Okay, this is the lady that answers. Don't get too excited. Has a little kid. Okay. I see this on the side. Okay, somebody's not spraying. Okay, already, what's going through your head? What do you think the common objections are going to be? Or what do you think she's going to say? My husband does that. Yeah, that's something my husband does. What else? Yeah, in the back. Safe around kids. Kids and safety is going to be huge. Okay, here in the front, what were you going to say? Yeah, I'm super busy, dude. Yeah, can't you see I'm holding this kid? So, how my head's going through this. So, live there for 2 years, husband sprays. What else do you feel like you guys are twisting on in this? Huge spider nest. Obviously, she's going to say her husband sprays. That's like the biggest lie that I feel like a lot of guys will chase. Oh, really? What kind of products does he use? Like, obviously, it's not working. If they have bugs on the house, never chase smoke screen. Just get right into your pitch. Okay, cool. So something you're going to love, we start up here up high. You see this? Yeah, all the neighbors have had these spiders up here. Step out so you can see this, because I want to make sure even if you guys don't do it, somebody takes care of this. There's that tiny little fuzz ball up there. You see that? And you're just twisting and twisting and twisting. And that's going to increase the buying temperature, not just talking more. Lived there for 2 years. They're pretty familiar with the bugs. She is fully capable of signing up. In all the neighborhoods you guys knock, I never want to see anybody chase a spouse objection. I don't know how many pitches we have to submit that start off with, oh, you need to talk to my spouse, that you get to the end and they're like, okay, yeah, 2 o'clock works. Yeah, you can sign me up. Don't chase spouse objections. Don't chase smoke screens. Just get into the pitch. Worst thing you can do, like I said, oh, your husband handles it? Okay. What time is he going to be home? Oh, should I come back and talk to him? You're cooked. You're cooked. Don't chase smoke screens. Yeah, Sky.
Guys, if they don't have a company already, you've got to like empower whoever you're talking to just make the decision. Pest control's simple. It's not a big decision. It's signing up for someone to come spray your bugs. So it's like, if they don't have a company, it's never my husband handles it or my wife handles it. They don't have anyone. And so it's literally just like, oh yeah, this is super easy. I can set it up with anyone. It doesn't matter. You just got to empower whoever you're talking to make the decision. And then if it's a switchover, that's when you can maybe even ask like, oh cool, do you get the emails or someone else? And that can maybe give you a clue, but still just don't make it a big deal. It's pest control. It's easy. Anyone can sign up.
Huge. Okay, situation 2. You're in a little juice box, little cash, little pocket of some new devs. Helmets on. Young family. No bugs, just moved in. Okay. What are we thinking? What are we hitting on? Mice are probably one of the biggest, like most active in new developments and like next to fields. So this is something that I'm just hitting on mice heavy. Oh, you guys are in a new development. the digging is gonna flush up bugs. So if you guys don't have it treated right now, you're gonna need to treat it at some point. There was probably on one of my biggest days, and something that I would always twist on heavy, that you can always twist on, and like, even if there's one house under construction, write this down if you haven't ever done this, but yeah, so you guys probably noticed like a lot of the construction workers leave food, like, you know, bags. You've probably seen like McDonald's bags flying around. As you can imagine, that attracts a lot of mice. Yeah, those freaking construction workers, they always leave stuff. People love being on the bandwagon of hating the construction workers. So if you need somebody to agree with you, free gas, throw the construction workers under the bus. Yeah, they don't mean bad. They just don't clean up. And you, as you can imagine, leaving like old Whoppers and hamburgers in there, it attracts a lot of mice. Oh, I know. I've been trying to get a hold of the HOA. It's ridiculous. Like, one day I just twisted on that. There was probably no bugs in this whole neighborhood. One person told me mice, and they're like, you know what I think it is? The construction workers. I'm like, say less. This whole neighborhood's cooked. Thank you for that. I twisted on that all day, sold like 15 in there. So that's free gas. There can be nothing. This is the part of getting athletic in sales, is just finding something like that. You don't need bugs in your neighborhood. All you need is one little story, and that's something that slaps all the time. Construction workers' food, it attracts mice. We don't want you getting those mice. Okay, yeah, how much is it? We'll go to the next one. We're gonna role play probably one or two of these. This one's a pretty basic one. They don't have a company. They probably don't know the neighbors. So you showing the map to people, we'll kind of go over the map on this next one. So situation 3. Okay, they have a Tesla. It's a house. I have an idea of who lives here. Now I really know who lives here. Okay. Put the helmet on. Lock in. You're gonna be there for a minute, dog. We're not leaving. Okay. It's one of my brethren. Okay. What I thought the defense was showing, it actually was. Okay. Okay. We're getting a little bit more specific. We'll say this is his house at the very end. What are some things you notice off the rip from the map? Bandwagon's fat. You should never get your teeth kicked in. You should never have anybody shut you down in the intro if you have a fat bandwagon. Like, never. This guy comes out, the most like hard smoke screens you can imagine. Nope, I'm on a call. Side note, he probably will tell you he's on a call, but he is down to hear the price. I'm on a call, but how much is it? You know, this is gonna be a situation you run into. So this one we're gonna role play. But if he lives right there, even if he comes out hot and he's like, nope, I don't need it. I'm so busy. You just woke up my kid. I'm so pissed right now. Dude, just look at this. This is your house right here. John, Susie, Tim. This will stop anybody in their tracks. Dude, you flip your iPad and you start clicking on stars, nobody will shut you down. All right, dude, what are you doing? It'll flip anybody. So that's my safety net. If somebody comes out hot, I never get shut down in my intro if I have that much bandwagon. Centipedes in the basement. Lived there for 6 months. Okay, what are some other things that you guys are hitting on? Cow? Silverfish, for whatever reason, okay? Is Cody still here? Kins also pretty popular with the brethren. Bandwagon's gonna be huge.
Yeah, the biggest thing you can twist on is the bandwagon, and just talking about like, dude, because everybody else is doing it, you cannot find a better price than this. You cannot, like, if you were to call any company out later, they're not gonna be able to give you the same price as I can give 20 houses all together. And just hammering the group rate discount. And also, I think one thing that Bennett's talked about that maybe a lot of guys have overlooked is when he's doing these situational selling, a lot of it is selling the person for sure, but a lot of it is also selling to the unique structures of the home. It's like, oh, dude, you're right up against the woods. So maybe it didn't make sense for your neighbor. It doesn't matter that they did it. They're not the ones that are backed up to the woods. Or maybe it didn't make sense for Joe across the street. He's not the one that's got a pond in his backyard. And he's selling not only to the person, but to their unique circumstances that maybe the last guy who knocked their door was just, dude, it's super cheap. Everybody's doing it. And he's like, dude, I don't really care about it being cheap. I don't think I need it. Versus you come in, you're like, dude, you know how you have that pond in the back? Dude, that's why you guys are getting all these spiders up here. He's like, huh, I never put two and two together.
Huge. Over $1 million, so the dude knows what he's talking about. Probably 500K with the brethren, so take his word for it. So, okay, I can go over these situations all night. I can tell you guys tons of good one-liners. I can tell you guys tons of things, but if you guys don't practice it, it's not gonna do you any good in the summertime. So, I want everybody to stand up. Person next to you, I want you to role play this. Be the customer, pitch to the situation, and practice everything that we've gone over. So hit the next one and don't even fly through the other ones, and then just do Q&A?
Fly through them.
Cool.
Let's try to finish in the next
5 minutes and then questions?
Great, bro. Crush it.
Okay, if you haven't switched, let's switch and have the other person go. Okay, we'll go like 1 more minute and then we'll start wrapping it up. All right, let's start wrapping it up. Okay. Back in your seats. All right, let's log back in. The more serious you take training, you're gonna do way, way better. Half of it will be because you're ready for the situations, but half of it will just be because of how confident you feel on the door. You've studied the playbook so much that now you're actually able to read people. You're actually able to listen. You know the pitch so much, you're able to like make eye contact, catch on little things when they're like, you know, you're talking about ants and you can kind of see them make a little bit of a face or, you know, kind of nod their head. So memorize the pitch. That's going to allow you to start looking at different defenses and notice when, oh, dude, this wide receiver's wide open. I'm just going to pass it over there. So get ready for this. Yeah, it's raining. April, it's going to be cold. You got our sweet, you know, elderly couple in the 55-plus neighborhoods. Raise your hand if you cook 55 neighborhoods, 55 plus, if that's like your favorite hood to knock. This is like one of my favorite hoods to knock. Some of my biggest days have been in 55 plus. No bugs, but they have had bugs in the past, mostly in the basement. I'm twisting heavy on the weather and just saying, you know, if you've seen them in the past, odds are you're probably gonna see them this year. Obviously, as it heats up next week, that's why everyone's having us do it now. Bugs are gonna start coming inside, and then I'm just twisting on how they're gonna get way worse, and then I'm getting to the end, and in the racks, I'm just twisting on that. Situation 3, I think the houses help. Red circle, in between 2 customers. You should really never get punted if they're in between 2 customers. Yeah, we're spraying both sides of you. Last thing I'd want is for all the bugs to come right onto your property. Oh, you guys use Terminex? Cool. If we could get you and both the neighbors on the same schedule, it's gonna work way better. Terminex could be the best service ever, but if you're on different schedules, it's not gonna be as effective as if all 3 of you guys are getting sprayed at the same time by the same company. Like, I've had people with no bugs just sign up just because of that. All right, yeah, if both those guys are doing it, you are right. It would be nice. Yeah, how do I cancel Terminex? Yep, I'll do it for you. That's the house. Okay, you see the Biden sign out front? And I'll say this, I feel like a lot of people say, oh, dude, Democrats are way harder to sell. Oh, dude, Republicans are way harder to sell. How many people in here sold in Seattle last year? Seattle dogs? You probably saw a lot of Biden signs up there. Portland? Who sold in Portland in here? A lot of Biden signs. A lot of people sold in Boston, East Coast. It's just a different, I feel like the majority of the time it is just a different pitch. What are you focusing mainly on if you see a Biden sign out front? Typically. Organic, I'm hitting heavy on, yeah, eco-friendly, the chrysanthemum. I'm hitting on all that. Other things. Sometimes I feel like they're naturally, not all the time, but like some people are typically a little more skeptical, where I need to like show them the bandwagon way more, show them the reviews. This is the guy, he answers. He's got food on the stove, having a party later, dude, I'm super rushed. Lots of ants. We don't get shut down. We get through the whole pitch if you have this much bandwagon on every door. So I'll send these out to the managers. You guys can practice these. This is gonna be something that helps you a ton, because I promise you, you're gonna run into all these situations multiple times. And if you have these reps in, it's gonna be a breath of fresh air when that guy tells you he has food on the stove. Like, oh, yep, I already know. This the house, she answers. Husband signed up with Aptiv a few months ago. Cool, she knows it's Aptiv, so she is fully capable of switching them. Still has spiders in the basement. She doesn't care who's spraying, she just knows she still has spiders. Our boy's vibing. He's happy, dude. It's dark. Hey, dude, we're having a party in here. You can sell tons of people when they're having a party inside. He's got ants in the front mulch bed, but obviously he doesn't really even remember who sells or who he signed up with. So I'm just twisting heavy on the ants. Heavy on the ants. Don't let parties and stuff like that. I feel like this guy answers and he has ants in the front. That's a sale 9 times out of 10. So twisting on the ants, how they're gonna get worse and they're gonna come inside. And how I'm gonna help him cancel whoever he has so he can get back to the party, and it's super easy. Last one. You got a gold star next to you. My boy LaRay loved me. Very professional. Apparently, he says that like he's shocked. LaRay was so shocked that apparently he enjoys what he does. Sick, dude. Yeah, I do enjoy what I do. I think this guy tried to recruit me to like insurance or something. Appreciate the 5-star review though. So, using that heavy on the next door neighbor, these are obviously bigger homes. You pull up on your boy and he's working in the garage. He's got a pretty stacked garage, F-250, Escalade, Malibu. Oh, dude, you know LaRay? Look at this. No, dude, I'm really not interested. Yeah, dude, just look at what LaRay said, though. Apparently, I love what I do, right? He loves the service, dude. 5-star review. Gold stars for guys who haven't sold those are going to be a blessing when you have those in your hood. For some reason, they always slap. But obviously, he's got a big backyard. You guys know the rest. So if you commit to train on these, you're going to be way more prepared, and you're going to sell way more. So It's 8:05. We're gonna do a little bit of Q&A, and then we'll wrap it up.
Guys, so far, let's give it up for Bennett real quick, huh? So, guys, Bennett truly is like one of the hardest mofos that is in door to door, and like I'll stand on that, right? So let's take like 3-4 questions max. Let's be brief. It could be on, I mean, he's been in the industry for over 10 years now, right? He had his biggest summer in like year 6 and 7 or whatever it was, right? Like, this is someone that you want to know whatever he's doing and like how you can replicate it or do the same. So let's take 3 or 4 questions. It could be on the situational stuff that he went over. It could be on mindset, mentality, anything. All right, we'll go right here. 1, raise your hand high. We'll start here.
What's your biggest mindset tip when you've had a couple really hard days on the doors and you maybe feel a little bit beaten down?
Yeah, super good question. I feel like somebody else said this. I think it was Ev. And when he said this, I like really agreed. Like, I feel like I just always have like, I'm not a huge like self-taught guy, but I feel like I just always have like sayings going through my head of just like, oh dude, I'm bringing it today. Like, something that I'll do a lot of the times is just to get my confidence up is like, I'll talk to that group of people out in the street. Like, I feel like usually I won't do that because I'm like, oh dude, gang mentality, one of them's out, they're probably both gonna be out. If I have one, it's pretty hard to get the other one, but sometimes I'll just blitz people and be like, hey, how you guys doing? You know, just like talk to people. I feel like that always gets my confidence up. Like, I just feel like I'm bringing the fight to people today. Like, that's a saying I'll always have in my head. Like, okay, yesterday was kind of tough, but like today I'm bringing the fight. Like MMA guys, like the person who typically applies the pressure is usually the guy who wins. So like people pulling out of driveways. Oh no, dude, I'm stopping this. Yep. Roll the window down. Like, that builds my confidence more than anything after any hard day. Like, somebody's in their backyard mowing. Hey, what's up, dude? Yeah. Pull it off. Yeah. Shut it down. Yeah, we're talking. Like, I don't care what he says, but just if I'm bringing the fight to people, I feel like those are always my biggest days. When I'm timid and I'm like, that guy's mowing. I'll swing back and get him later. Oh, that lady's pulling out. Nah, not her. Like, it's hard to have confidence when you're like that, so I feel like that's the biggest thing for me is just bringing the fight to people, and I feel like when I start off my days that way, now racking and stuff is way easier. I'm just like, nope, I'm bringing it to them. I'm not falling for smoke screens and stuff, so good question.
That's gas. All right, who else? Who do we got? Okay, one right here, and then we'll take 2 more, guys.
So you talked about diffusing with bandwagon when you have a lot of stars in your neighborhood. What's your favorite way to diffuse when you don't have any stars necessarily anywhere close to you?
Yeah, huge. I feel like it's pretty easy if there's bugs on the house. The Zach Seeger is super easy. Like, no matter how hard they hit you, if there's bugs on the house, if you do it the right way, right? You don't want to be like, what do you mean you're not interested, dude? You got all this. Like, get out of here, bro. So it's like pretty tactful. Like, almost like, I almost try to act like almost kind of like super dumb and like oblivious. Okay, well, I just want to show you this just so you kind of know. Have you seen this? No, dude, I haven't seen it. Just step out here real quick and I'll show you. At least so you can knock it down or somebody can, because I don't want it like slipping in. Do you see this? Bugs are super easy. Let's say no bugs. Then weather. But really, Brock talked about it. It's just like, get through the block, dude. Like, so many different things. Like, you go through the intro. Yeah, I'm doing the pest control for them. No, dude, we're good. Cool. So only reason I'm out here is a lot of the neighbors had a company. A couple of them didn't yet. Do you guys have a company or not yet? No, dude, like, I'm really not interested. I'm in a big hurry. No worries, bro. Only reason why I'm out here, I come out the same day as the trucks. That way, whoever wants to get it done, I'll just force people into the service. Because I feel like so many people are just so automated. Like, you can't take anything they say in the intro to heart and like think they're actually meaning that. It's just like somebody walks into like a store and it's like the person comes up to them, hey bro, can I help you find anything? No, I'm good. I'm just looking, right? That's what everyone says. I'm just looking. I feel like the best people in like any store is like, cool. Well, if you need anything, I just want to tell you this shirt's on sale, these pants are on sale, and the shoes are half off. But anyways, dude, what brings you into the store today? Oh yeah, I'm actually looking for shoes. Like, they're just so automated, dude, in the intro. So like, that's the biggest thing that I would say is like, 90% of the smoke that they're giving you is just that, dude. They're just in panic mode. Oh no, we're good. They're still trying to process, so it's really just a decision to not even like diffuse it, but just, cool, dude. Just keep doing your thing. No worries. Yeah, a lot of the neighbors had a company. Couple didn't yet because they were new. Do you guys have somebody or not yet? No, but we're good. Okay, dude, he's still frantic. Cool. Only reason I'm out here and I'm just into it, but like I just like to think about it as like getting through the blocks, dude. Like I had a lot of guys playing football. Dude, this place sucks, dude. They're blocking me every single play. Yeah, bro, they're gonna block you. You have to get through the blocks. So getting through the intro, I feel like, long story short, is just a decision. I think you can get through any intro, and if you can get to the service, at that point, even if they're still engaging, like still not into it, dude, let me at least tell you how much it costs, right? I'll at least leave you with a price so you know. But here's the rug pull. Pricing is all based on square footage and how big the backyard is. Is the gate on this side or this side? Okay, I'll meet you back there. Then I can get you a price at least. So that's something huge from Brock. That's like, it's just pulling them to one step, pulling them to the service. Dude, we're already this far. You may as well hear the price. But now I'm going to be pulling you to the backyard. And I feel like little by little, they start chilling out a little bit. So just don't filter and just actually try to pitch everybody. Because as soon as you fall into the trap of, oh, he wasn't a buyer, then you just start lay down hunting and you're going to sell way less.
All right, let's take one more question. Let's take one more question for Bennett. All right, we're going right here in the minute. And then Bennett, following his question, if you could just wrap up with any final words or any last piece of advice before guys and gals ship out.
What do I do if they just like tell me to get off their property?
Get through the block, baby. All right, that's it.
He's kidding. He's kidding. He's kidding. He's kidding. If they say get the F off my property, you should probably get the F off
Then
the
you
property.
just dip, dude. All right, dude, have a good one. I do try to leave everybody happy. Like, more than anything, I would say leave people happy and you're gonna stay way happier. Like, it's not worth it. Didn't you see my no soliciting sign? Like, sometimes I'll try to get through it, but dude, if they're pissed, I'm trying to leave everybody happy. Oh no, dude, obviously, like, I'm super sorry. Have a good one, bro. You know, let me know if you guys need anything. So just leave people happy and you're gonna stay in way higher spirits and you're gonna sell way more people. So maybe on that one, cut the deuces and on to the next one. But most people are like, just not that intense. So last words I would say is, no, dude, I'm just super grateful to work at this company, super grateful of where we're going, and super excited to be back out in the trenches this year with everybody. So a lot of up and coming talent, a lot of guys that are right where I was, like back-to-back summers that you've been kind of plateaued. So just know that you can break out, and that's like the biggest belief thing that I feel like I've seen here at the Grit is whether you sold 70 or 500, this is gonna be the biggest year you've had, and it's just a mindset. And yeah, latch on, throw on the helmet, and work super hard, and it'll be super worth it. So that's it. Appreciate you guys.
Let's give it up for Bennett, huh?
Let up the suicide doors. This is my life, homie. You decide yours.
No, you're good. You can give that some breaks. All right, hey, really quick. We have the raffle. Okay, our virtual raffle winner. You got to reach out to Brooke Jensen. You better still be on. It's Koa Sylvester. You're our winner for our online raffle. And then we got our 2 raffle pieces real quick. So we got a Grit beanie. Let's go raffle number 1. Can I get a subtle drum roll for Cody for the little prize? Subtle drum roll. Come on.
Caden Cabrera.
Come on down. Is he here? All right, come on down. Yep, okay, next we got this gratified iPad mini. Dialed for selling, I'm guessing it has data. The last one did. A gratified Apple mini. Can I get a good drum roll, please? All right.
Mix that shit up, baby. Winner is Caden Ring.
Caden Ring, get your butt down here, huh? Get it over. Okay, guys, pizza is in the back. It's pre-blessed as always. Please pick up. Really quick, there's a chair rack here. Will you go grab the chair rack in this hallway? He's gonna pull it into the kitchen. Please throw trash away. Please help re-rack the chairs. And we'll see you guys next Tuesday. Love y'all.